Hello, Happy New Year! Welcome to Kate Makes. It's been almost a year. Last year I made mandu. This year I'm making Ddok. So mandu was not really most traditional Korean New Year's food. It was mostly like what my family had. But Ddok is basically the traditional New Year's food, and the main ingredient that you need, which you might have trouble find, is Korean rice cake. So this is what I'll be using here. It says rice cake. I'll show you ingredients one by one. You need Dashi. Basically it's like different kinds of seaweed, and this one you use it to get the broth. So you can't, if you don't have it, if you cannot find it, you can just use water, but it basically, without using MSG, it brings out the taste like MSG kind of. And you need beef. If you want to be vegetarian or vegan, you don't need to add beef, but usually beef goes in. Crushed garlic, a sesame oil. This is soy sauce, but it's not really just soy sauce, it's 국간장, so it's a soy sauce for soup. It's basically brewed it differently, but if you cannot find it, you can just use soy sauce and green onion, and I think that's about it. Wait. So before we start, we're gonna do two things at the same time. If you want kind of like chewy rice cake, you want to have a bowl, put water in it, and then submerge the rice cake while I'll be dicing the beef and marinating them. So let's just do that. I'm sure if you go at like Asian market, you'll find them. It looks like this, like a disc, like a thin disc. And I say 500 gram. That will feed about 4 people, so whole family. And it doesn't have to be a like hot water. I would just say warm water. And then you just put that, and we'll do the beef. Okay, so while the rice cake is submerged in water, I forgot to mention we have to do 3 things to save time. We have to make the dashi stock. I would say about, so usually it really depends on the size. I would say I will use about 2 of these for 8 cups of water. I'm gonna just cut it in half, put it in water, and put in water, and then I'm just gonna boil this until the water kind of turns, I guess like changes color. It's gonna be kind of like yellow greenish, and while it's doing that, I'm gonna cut the meat and cook the meat. So I have cut the meat. If you look at it, I guess, wait, can you see the meat? Okay, so it's just basically diced small pieces, kind of like a little cube here, so you can have it for the soup. So get a pan and sesame oil, and I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoonfuls of sesame oil. Put it on low, not low, I guess medium high heat. 2 teaspoons. Yeah. And I have 250 grams of beef here. But before I put the beef, I'm gonna put 2 teaspoonful of ground garlic. So I'm just gonna have the oil spread like that. Wow. And when the scent of cooked garlic, you can then add the beef. Let me just get the chopstick. Go. So when it's about like cooked like that much, you want to add the beef. And then try to separate them from the clumps so they can cook evenly. Wow. Make sure to kind of flip them because you don't want to overcook the beef, and it's gonna go into the pot anyway, so you don't want to overcook it or it's gonna be chewy. And you only want the rice cake to be chewy. And while it's cooking, we want to add the soy sauce. We're gonna add 1 full tablespoon of soy sauce. But if you can find 국간장, this is the soy sauce. It's for soup, and we'll add 1 tablespoonful of it. Sure. And try to mix them. And I think the water is boiling. Yeah, water is boiling quite well next to the pan here. Smells good already. Alright, so we're just gonna wait until the beef is fully cooked, and the rest will be pretty simple. It has been, I think the water's been boiling for about 20-25 minutes, and we're gonna now get the seaweed out of the pot. It's like a lot bigger than when you first add them. I'm just gonna put it in the sink while it's chilling so that I don't throw away like super hot seaweed. Ugh. Okay, so now the water is kind of all, how to describe it, like yellowy green color now. So now we're gonna add our cooked meat into the water carefully. The water is hot, you don't want to splash it all over your kitchen. And we'll just you want to try to get it as much as possible, like the garlic and the sauce that we cooked our beef in. Oh, I think that's pretty good. And we're gonna put the temperature up to medium high. And I'm just gonna drain the water of the rice cake. The rice cake without the water. So we're gonna add them, all of them, into the pot. You would think like, oh, it's still kind of hard. Yes, you need, it will take a bit to kind of get it all chewy and nice. So don't worry too much. You want the chewy rice cake. Ta-da! And we're gonna also add the green onions. I have chopped them thinly sideways. And it's up to you if you want to add them later, after when it's about, kind of like about to be consumed, I guess. But I'm just gonna add the white part of the green onion so that it helps the broth to kind of have a deeper taste to it. So I'm just gonna, not the leafy part, just the white part of the green onion, kind of add them in. So it'll be all nice for the broth. Here, trying to fish it out. Okay, and I have 4 eggs that what's the word?
Beat.
I've beaten egg, 4 of them, and I'm gonna add them in. Ooh. And it's optional if you don't like the eggs, but it's kind of mostly consumed with the eggs. Alright, and then we're gonna stir it. Oh, it looks so good. Alright, I'll do a close up to show you the inside. So this is how it looks like right now. It's eggs that kind of gives the color, and you can see parts of the beef, green onion, and I guess when you get a spoon, it will look like something like this. So you can see like Ddok, green onion, and the beef, and it smells pretty good. We're just gonna let it sit here about another 20 minutes, and I think the Ddok will be all chewy and nice, and the broth will thicken a bit, and we'll add a little bit of salt and pepper, and I think that should be it. See you in 20 minutes. Alright, so it's about actually 10-15 minutes past, and I tasted a little bit. It was a little too watery, so I added about 1 tablespoonful of the 국간장, the soy sauce for soup. And we're gonna add a little bit of salt. I guess just add little by little. Depends on how salty you want it to be. Fresh ground pepper. About that. And let's do a little bit of taste check. Give a little mix. So the soup color should be kind of brownish, and you would think you want to get the soup to be with the perfect saltiness. Do not add more soy sauce. That's just gonna make it too thick. If you want to make it saltier, just add salt instead of soy sauce. And I'm gonna do a little taste check here. It's really good. I think if you want to be more saltier, I think some people might want it to be. I kind of like things quite light. You might want to try to add more salt. Let me do another taste check. No, I think this is good for me. And I'm gonna show you the finished product. Ta-da! So this is how finished Ddok looks like. On the side of here, it's called 깍두기. It's a Korean different kind of kimchi. It's a radish kimchi instead of cabbage, and it goes quite well, pairs very well with Ddok here. And in the very first part of the video, I mentioned about the Nori here. It's basically Nori for sushi rice. It's not the salted one or the grilled one. You don't really want the salty one. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. You could still use it. But the salty one has already salt in it, so you might make the soup a little bit too salty in that case. So you have to be careful with it. And you just want to kind of, with scissors, slice it just like so. And then place some on the Ddok. And usually that would be it. But if you are a person who loves cabbage kimchi, you can also put some cabbage kimchi on Ddok. So let me do that right now to show you how it looks like. Maybe like some kimchi. Maybe a little bit more. Something like that. So that's how it look like in traditional Korean New Year's Day. And I hope you liked my recipe. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. I will try my best to answer them. I hope you will get to try it out. It'll be quite difficult to find the rice cake, but if you go to a Asian supermarket, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find one, because it's quite popular dish because it's easy, it's healthy, and it's tasty. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.